For today's lesson, we are talking about estimating. Now, it's very related to rounding. We use rounding to help us estimate, but what exactly is estimating? Estimating is when we're finding an approximate answer. Say I went to a football game. I might not say, I won't probably know exactly how many people there were. Maybe if it was a high school football game, I might say there were about 300 people there. There might have been a little more, there might have been a little less, but there were about this many. Or I might say, okay, as I'm going through the grocery store and I'm sort of figuring out what the things cost that I put in my cart, I might estimate about how much it will cost to make sure I have enough money. If I only have $50, I better make sure that I'm spending less than $50. Now, am I going to sit and add up on my calculator? No. I'm going to put something in my cart and say, okay, it says $2.99. That's about $3. Okay, this says $3.50. That's about $4. Okay, so that's $7 so far, and on and on. I'm not going to sit and keep an exact count, but I want to know about how much I'm spending so that I can tell if I'm going to have enough money. So, about is a key word when we're estimating. Now, if I get an exact problem like 7,192 plus 1,642, maybe I just want to know about how much that is so I can see if my answer is reasonable. I don't have to actually add it all up. I can just round each number and then add those up, and I can do that without even writing it down sometimes. So I'm going to round them each to the nearest thousand. So 7 is in the thousands place. 1 tells me that the 7 is going to stay the same. So I have 7,000. I rounded that number down. This is in the thousands place. 6 tells me I'm going to round up. So that becomes 2,000. 7,000 plus 2,000 is 9,000. So I know the answer to that question is going to be about 9,000. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but about 9,000. That's useful if I want to check my answer, like I said, if there's multiple choice and I can eliminate some that are just unreasonable. It's helpful to be able to estimate. Let's do some more. Let's do one with subtraction this time. So if I have 5,701 minus 3,214, that's going to tell me, I need to round each of them first to the nearest thousand. 5,007 is going to tell me that I need to round up, so this is going to be 6,000. This one over here, 3 is in the thousands place. 2 is going to tell me that I need to round down or stay the same. The whole number is rounding down. The 3 is staying the same. So I have 6,000 and 3,000. Now I can subtract those, and I might not even need to write it down. 6,000 minus 3,000 equals 3,000. I hope you see how much easier that is than actually doing all the subtracting. I can use it to check and see, maybe I actually did the subtraction and I want to see if my answer was reasonable. Round it. If I, again, see a multiple choice and I want to round or see which answers make the most sense, round it. Okay, either way, there's lots of uses, but this is how we do it. I'm going to do one more with adding, and then we're going to do a little bit with multiplying. Say we have 6,290 plus 5,500 plus 3,719. Sorry, this comma doesn't need to be there. Sometimes we'll add 3 numbers. We would never subtract 3 numbers all at once, but we can add them all at once. This one right here, 6 is in the thousands. 2 tells me I'd round down to 6,000. I'm adding, I have a 5 here. 5 tells me to round up to 6,000. 3 is in my thousands place. 7 tells me I'm going to round up to 4,000. So now I have 3 numbers to add. I'm going to look and I say, ooh, I know 6 plus 4 is 10. Then 10 plus 6 is 16,000. I could add 6 plus 6 and get 12 and add 4 to get 16. That would also work, but sometimes it can be helpful to look for numbers that go together. And because it's all adding, it doesn't matter the order that I do it in. So that's adding or subtracting. Just round to the nearest 1,000, add or subtract. Now when we get to multiplying, it's not that much harder. Maybe there's a little bit extra because you just have to know what to do with the zeros. But we can do it. So we're estimating products. Because products has to do with multiplying. Should have added when we were doing adding that it's sum and difference subtracting. So if it says find the difference, you're subtracting. Find the sum, you're adding. Find the product, you are multiplying. So if I have something like 7,120 times 5, now I'm just going to round the bigger number, or like the one that's the thousands. I don't need to change the 5 at all. But I'm going to round this first number. 7 is in the thousands place. 1 tells me that that 7 is going to stay the same, so the whole number becomes 7,000 times 5. Now all I have to do at first is take this 7 times 5. Now you might need to go Google multiplication chart if you don't have your facts memorized. Maybe you can count for 5s, but you might not have the facts or you might have forgotten them. So just go ahead and Google multiplication chart. You'll find that it's 35. I have 3 zeros, so I need to put 3 zeros. Because I really have 5 groups of 7,000. And 5 groups of 7,000 is 35,000. Let's do another one where we are rounding to estimate a product. If I get something like 6,327 times 7. Sorry if you can hear my dog's collar jingling in the background. So this first one I'm going to round. 6,000 is in the thousand. 6 is in the thousands place. 3 tells me to stay the same, so I still have 6. So I have 6,000 times 7. Now look on my chart or remember, okay, what is 6 times 7? That's 42. And then keep my 3 zeros. So it becomes 42,000. All right, so that's really it. We're just rounding the thousands number. We're doing that sort of base fact without any of the zeros. Then we're putting the zeros back on. Again, because if I have 6,000 plus 6,000, that's 12,000. Another 6,000 is 18,000, and so on and so forth. We could even count by 6,000s, and 7 times we would get 42,000. Make sure you go rewatch this if you need to, if something didn't make sense, and then go do your practice.